welcome back to another video with your boy, ladies and gentlemen. So specifically, right, this is a video that I have been wanting to make for a while. I just hadn't been put in any situations to make it up until today. So, and like I say, man, I want people to understand that this channel is not racially driven. So whenever I touch on black, like I would say, whenever I touch on subjects within the black community, it's not being, it's not saying that these things don't take place in any other communities, but I'm just speaking more so what I can see and what my experiences are in terms of our community, right? So we're gonna go with the modern day black women. That's what we're gonna say, modern day black women, right? So let me give y'all guys a small rundown of why I feel the way I feel about a lot of things. So my mom, right? I grew up for the most part, for the majority of my life, a single parent household with just me, my mom, my sister, but mostly me and my mom. So my mom was the provider. She was the nurturer. She was the enforcer. She was the provider. She did it all. That was my mom. She did it all. It was my mom. She didn't have any. She played every position on the court, every position on the field. She didn't. She had no other option. But I look at. My mom didn't work an extravagant job. She wasn't making, 6 figures a year. She wasn't making a whole bunch of money a year. But I look at, from my earliest memory up until I was of age, everything I ever put down on the Christmas list I got, everything that I ever put down on the birthday list I got, everything that I ever asked for. I remember it would be times where we would go grocery shopping, and I would go up to every time we went to Walmart, she'll make me go, and I'd be like, okay, so we go in, I say, hey, I'm finna go look at the wrestling toys, because I was a big wrestling toy fanatic. I said, I'm finna go look at the wrestling toy, and she'll be like, okay, cool. So she'll end up hitting my phone. Hey, I'm in line such and such, come on, we're about to get check out. So guess what I do? I come up every time, and she never denied me. I come up there every time with a new wrestling toy. Hey, mama, can you give me this? I don't have this one. I had buku wrestling toys, a whole bunch of them, but she never denied me. She always put it up there, and I got it. I got pretty much everything that I asked for. You know what I mean? So, but this was a single mom doing that. So now we're going to fast forward to the modern day single moms, right? A lot of today's modern day single moms, y'all are only single moms because y'all choose to be there out of necessity. And I know some of y'all are probably thinking, no, why would I choose that? I ain't never chose that. No, yes, you did. Because if you was conscious enough to understand the guy that you're laying down with, right? So this is my thing. Most of you women, most of these women out here that's made these horrible decisions with baby daddies or whatever the case may be, the single moms, I would say, most of y'all knew that the guy that y'all are in a relationship with wasn't crap. Y'all knew that to begin with, but you chose to move forward and you chose to pursue it and you chose to indulge in it. And that's on you. That ain't on nobody else but yourself. You see what I'm saying? So you're with a guy that prior to you being with him, he was constantly going back and forth with the baby mama. He constantly going back and forth with the baby mama, and you're experiencing it. She constantly saying, you need to come pick up your kids, you need to come see your kids, yada, yada, yada. She got him on child support. You're experiencing that, but you still choose to have a child with this man, and now you become one of 2 or 3 women that he's having that same problem with. And that was self-served problems. You know what I mean? So we're going to get to the situation today, right? So at my job, right, I'm a supervisor. I'm a manager at my job. So today we had a situation where it was a young lady, black lady, maybe in her mid-20s. So she came in at, let me just show you how lazy today's modern day black women are. A lot of them, not all of them, because you got hard working ones. Like is one lady, I told her at my job how much I respect her and how much big of an admiration I have for her. My sister, she's considered a modern day. I got a huge respect for my sister, man. She's in the military, 12 years in the military, I believe at this point. She's a nurse, registered nurse, first nurse I ever knew personally. And I just look at what she's doing. She's trying to, she doing big things, man. She really is. So you do have. So I'm not saying it's directed to all. I'm just saying to the vast majority, because the many bad makes it hard for the few good. So now we're gonna fast forward now, or we're gonna rewind it. So we're gonna go back to what I was saying. So she comes in. She was scheduled to come in at 11 o'clock, right? So she comes in at 11 o'clock. By the way, I work at Walmart. For you guys don't know, I'm a manager at Walmart. So she comes in at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Listen to me, people. That was her schedule. She comes in at, maybe 10:30, and I think she clocked in. Well, she said she clocked in at 10:45.
but that's already a violation too, a time card violation, because you can't clock in that early before your shift. So we're gonna go back to the fact we're gonna skip past some of that stuff, right? So she comes in, she's on the register. She's not a cashier, and we don't need at that time people at the register because self-checkout or register is backed up. We don't need none of that, right? So she comes in and wants to go do everything but her job. So she comes in, and I told the management, I was like, hey man, she supposed to be over here. I've been over here keep in mind, I ain't even say that. I've been at work I've been covering 2 departments by myself all day, no help. And she was supposed to be my relief coming at 11 o'clock, but she don't even want to come down to our department. So I'm looking for, I give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, okay, she was out there helping. She was up the register helping with, maybe it got backed up. Okay, cool. I give her the benefit of the doubt. So I'm noticing that I still have not seen her after she got off the register. I've seen when she got off the register. I just don't know what direction she had went into because I wasn't really zoned in like that. So I'm helping customers, man. I'm talking about it's coming back to back. As soon as I get done one customer, another customer. As soon as I get done with that customer, another customer. So it's like I'm running back and forth, back and forth. And keep in mind, I still have managerial duties, like in terms of overrides, all that type of stuff, right? So I'm looking forward, and I start getting frustrated. So I was like, man, you know what? I was like, I'm sorry. It's just gonna have to be some confrontation today. So I go back to the break room, and she's sitting in the break room. Keep in mind, and she eating Raisin Cane's at that. This girl hasn't even been in her shift. Her shift started at 11 o'clock. It's 11:30. It hadn't even been 40 minutes or an hour, and she already taken the 15. So I go tell my ASM, because that's the right protocol you're supposed to do to stop any type of conflict or if you confronting them in the break room. I'm like, hey man, we did have a conversation with her because obviously we're on the same page. So long story short, we pulled in and had a conversation with her, right? And she gets upset and she goes home. So my thing is this. And she said, I feel like he don't like me, yada, yada, yada. It's like, bro, it ain't got nothing to do with liking you. We all have a job to do here. You see what I'm saying? We all have obligations that we have to do while we're here. And it's not fair for one person to have to take on a job that's really meant for 2 or 3 people. Well, if you want to be honest, running a store is not one person's job. It's everybody's job to be able to run a store. And how do you contribute? Know your business. Whatever your business is, know that. I'm not asking you to be an expert in this. Now, I might ask you to know a little bit about this and that because it can help the store out. But know your business. That way, we don't have to worry about this because you got that. We don't have to worry about this because he got that. You see what I'm saying? That's how you win overall. So it's not personal. It's just, bro, we have a job to do. And I'm not finna come in here and work harder than you and you getting paid just like me. And regardless of what the pay rate is, at the same time, you still getting paid here. We didn't load like Walmart. It didn't seek you out. You sought it out. You see what I'm saying? They didn't seek you out. You sought it out. So my thing is, it's like, if you sought it out and you got to work, why not work? Why risk losing a job? And and this is the craziest part about that situation. I'm gonna get out of all of that. This is the crazy part about the situation. Real talk though, real talk. And then, like I say, if you made it to this point, I need you to really lock in because this is the crazy part of this story or this interaction, right? Tell me why this young lady has a child. Yes, she is a mother. Yes, she is a mother. Yes, she is a mother. She's supposed to be a nurturer. She's supposed to be a leader. She's supposed to be an enforcer. She's supposed to be all these things that fall into that category of what you would consider being a good parent. And she's none of them. So my thing is this. All right, I look and see that you know damn well that you need this job to support you and to support your kids, right? You got a job that's a good job, it pays good, and you get insurance through that job so they can help not only you but your kids, right? So look at all the good that comes from doing your job, but you still refuse to come in and do your job. You still refuse to put away whatever feelings are going on in your personal life aside and come in and do a job because this is what pays your bills. Man, I don't want to go to work every day. This morning was another one of those mornings. Man, when I got up this morning, I was like, what? I was like, free. I just did not want to go to work. I'm just going to be honest with you. You know what I mean? And the weak-minded side of me thought about calling in, but then once I got up, got the moving around, I was like, man, let's go and go attack this day, get this thing knocked out. But you're not the only one that feels like that. A part of being an adult is pushing past that temporary feeling because that's all it is temporarily, and putting whatever frustrations or whatever resentment you have towards the world, your mom, your dad, baby dad, whatever case may be to the side and doing what needs to be done. That's what being an adult is. So I'm saying to myself, okay, look at the mentality that she got. It's a toxic mentality. And she get mad and she's mad at you for enforcing her to do her job. So my thing is, how are you really going to be a freaking parent Like, I fear for the kid. I fear for that kid. And I fear for a lot of the kids in this world, because it ain't just, to this, it ain't just black women, it ain't just women, it's everybody, man. You got a lot of people that's immature mentally, immature as hell mentally, and they have kids. Some of them more than one kids. And some of them, it's like, bro, if that's what your kids have to look up to, man, then that's not a very, So this video is probably like, I want to say, man, close to maybe 2 weeks old. As you can see in the video, I was, towards the end, I started getting frustrated. And I was so frustrated that it was very difficult for me to put it into words. So that's why it kind of just went out the way it went out. But like I always tell you guys, man, I want to give you guys the real. I want to give you guys the authentic. I want to show you guys that, the things are not going to always be perfect. You're not going to, if you like, especially if you even make content on YouTube, man, you're not going to always be able to pronounce everything perfect. You're not going to always be able to just talk completely through without having to think, or stuttering over a word, or even just trying to find the right thing to say. It's gonna always be that. So don't look at that as an insecurity and want perfection, because if you're chasing perfection, perfection does not exist. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't strive for it, but it does not exist. So don't focus so much on perfection that you take away from what it really is, and you just trying to get the message across. A lot of times some of the most prolific messages in history, was never pre-written. It was just speaking from the heart and speaking from a place of frustration. And that was me speaking from a place of frustration. And once again, like I say, man, I have the ultimate respect for women. I don't want to make it seem as if I hate women, or specifically that I hate black women, because I was raised by two strong black women, my mother and my grandmother. And I got my sister that's, and I work with a lot of them too, so I don't want to make it seem like that. But then it's just, unfortunately, the vast majority of the black women that we see, whether it's from social media or, from these reality TV shows, are the ones that fit the mold of what I'm saying in this video. But it's not just black women, it's black men too. They all fit that mold of, this is a parent. And when you think about it, like, what chance do their kids have of being successful? But that is it for this video, man. I just want to throw this little throw this little part in, to kind of let you guys know, that, like I said, things ain't gonna always be perfect, man. Sometimes, you might not be able to find the words to say at that particular moment. But if you did enjoy that video, man, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you enjoy my videos, period, and my content on this channel, man, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe. When you subscribe, click that post notification bell. That way you be notified on all things Robert Youngblood Jr. every time I post, because I'm getting more. I got to get back consistent, like Drizzy Drake say, man. I got to come back to back with these videos, man. So I appreciate all the love and support, the comments and everything, man. And I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out this thing. Peace.